Hello, hello, hello. We're doing the pictures. We're doing news. We're doing news. We're talking about the news or something. Because, you know. What's in the news? Does anybody know? Well, what we had happen in the news is, do you remember? Nobody knew who the BBC person was. Nobody knew who it was. Who was the BBC presenter at the middle of the inappropriate behaviour crisis? It was Hugh Edwards. Who'd have thought it? Who'd have thought it was little Hugh Edwards? Did anyone think that? No. You didn't know. They didn't know that. But of course, there was. We knew. Everybody knew that for a long time. We knew it was. We knew it was him because there was pictures going around. Pictures I can't show. And now it's very interesting. It's very interesting because all the media have come out and said he did nothing wrong. There's no criminality involved. There's no criminality. John Soper, he's a journo. He's come out and said, my mate, he's done nothing wrong. Robert Peston came out and said, my mate, he's all right. Mind you, the producer of Peston happens to be Hugh Edwards' missus. You see, the media is incredibly incestuous, and they all know each other, and they all know what each other gets up to. You see, so they've got their wagons in a circle, right? They've put their wagons in a circle to save Hugh Edwards, who's now apparently suffering from serious mental health issues. Now, in the old days, when somebody had serious mental health issues, you found their clothes on the beach, and they did a Reggie Perrin, or maybe, I don't know, they booked a one-way ticket to Beachy Head. But now, serious mental health issues means approaching teenagers on the internet and giving them 35k to get your rocks off. So the next time, I don't know, the missus bursts in on me and I'm bedding a busty blonde, I'm going to go, mental health issues. He invoked the Blackadder defence. Hugh Edwards put his underpants on his head and he stuck 2 pencils up his nose and he went wibble. And they went, that's it, we've got out of it. This is a very, very well orchestrated campaign, because it wasn't that long ago that he was on the telly reading the news, and then all of a sudden, mental health issues. He got caught being a dirty old bastard. Man, it's not a crime to be a dirty old bastard, but he would have signed a contract with the BBC not to bring them into disrepute, and this is bringing them into disrepute because what he does in his private life does actually reflect. Now remember, Frank Boff, he got fired for a lot less. So did Angus Deaton, for that matter. So in the old days, the BBC were pretty tough. Was it Richard Bacon as well? They were pretty tough when their presenters stepped out of line. But now, it's fine, as long as it's not, the BBC's teenagers that he's working on. Though there have been accusations of him sending inappropriate and flirtatious messages to younger members of staff. #MeToo, they say. Who remembers that? Who remembers that? But yeah, nothing to see here. It's just Hugh Edwards having serious mental health issues, getting his jollies via pictures of teenagers. That's all. That's all it is. That's all it is. But we're going to go move to some sad news now. It can't all be fun. Can't all be fun and games. George Armstrong has passed. Who is George Armstrong? George Armstrong, he was in Grange Hill. He played Alan Humphreys. Back in the day, I don't know if you remember, but I'm sure he was 45 when he played George Armstrong in Grange Hill. Again, in some of those episodes, he looked a lot older than he was. But yeah, he's passed at the age of 60 after a long battle with leukemia. So yeah, it's a great shame. Again, this is somebody from our childhood, and here he is with a couple of other Grange Hill legends. He's on the right, and yeah, it's a part of your childhood that's gone, isn't it? Yeah, but they are. We're all getting old. We're all getting old. So what else have we got? Apparently you've got your update your iPhone right now. There's a security update. So Mrs, I'll be updating your iPhone after this. Meanwhile, BMI, ha. Oops, that's the sound of my Swiss Army knife dropping to the floor. Do you follow your BMI? Well, apparently up to a third of people with a slim BMI might actually be fat. Great. Yeah, Israeli researchers who examined data from 3001 people found that the quarter of men and nearly 4 in 10 women had a healthy body mass index, BMI. But they had so much body fat they should actually be classed as obese. As a result, millions who believe their size is not a cause for concern could be at risk of weight-related conditions such as type 2 diabetes. And they've urged medics to scrap BMI scores. Again, it's body fat percentage that you need to worry about. And I'm incredibly... You wouldn't believe it. You wouldn't believe it because I've got a fat head. But I'm incredibly lean. I would grab my phone, but it's over there. My percentages are like 10%. I'm in the slim athletic range according to my magic scales that I stand on. It analyses you, scans your bodies. Yeah, but I'm 99% piss and vinegar. It's true that. It's very good. It's very intelligent. Very intelligent set of scales I've got. So there you go. So BMI, it's a load of bollocks. So what else have we got? Oh, that's not a happy story. That's not a happy story. Heat wave in Europe. Apparently, European cities have issued warnings with unbearable temperatures set to equal the highest on record. I reckon they're going to hit 119.8 Fahrenheit. Phew, what a scorcher if this was the sun. Yeah. So yeah, British tourists across the Mediterranean are being warned of life-threatening effects. Apparently, it's an anti-cyclone weather system from the Sahara called Cerberus. It's got 3 heads, and it's moving northwards. And they've done a little cartoon map for us. This is quite useful. Look at that. Stay at home, folks. Stay at home. There you go. It's quite warm. So yeah, everyone's going to go on holiday and moan it's too hot. But that's what you're supposed to do when you go on holiday, isn't it? I thought that was the whole point of going on holiday. What have we got? Oh, here we go. This is going to break the hearts of many a young lad. Did you ever watch Gladiators? I can safely say I never did. But one of them was Diane Udall. Right, she was in Gladiators back in the day. Here she is. And I'm sure she was on the bedroom walls of many a teenage lad. Yeah. She played Jet, didn't she? Was it Jet? Well, anyway, she's come out. She's come out as lesbian. Yeah, apparently she's decided to go the other way. Why not? Try everything once, except buggery, wasn't it? Isn't that the old expression? And here she is with her new girlfriend. There you go. So at this moment, there'll be, well, the old lads now, because they're not young anymore, tearing up their posters of Jet and crying into their pillows. Sorry, lads, she's taken. That's that. Good news, everybody. It looks like Britain's going to go bankrupt. That's good, isn't it? Apparently, shocking forecasts by the Treasury are warning that the debt mountain could swell up to 450% of GDP by 2070. I'll be dead by then. I won't be worried. I'll be dead. Yeah, apparently this is a bleak assessment by the Office for Budget Responsibility. Yeah, they've got this lovely graph. But most people watching this will be dead, so it doesn't matter. We're not going to worry about it. I'm not even going to bother reading the rest of that, because do you know what? Fuck them. Fuck them all. We'll be dead. Enjoy ourselves. Borrow more money. That's what I say. Borrow more money. Yeah. Apparently got more Threads news. Are you suffering from Threads? Well, apparently it's been a week since Meta unleashed Threads to its world. I think I've got maybe nine subscribers. Ooh. Follow me on Threads if you want. I'll just post pictures of the dog or something like that. Apparently it's going to pass 109 million users. But are people actually using it? We've got to wait and see. There will be this initial surge, and then it'll tail off. Considering that TikTok, that didn't take long, to pick up. But yeah, we'll wait and see. What happens. We have to wait and see. So it's a bit of a mess. I don't like it. It's a bit all over the place. Looks a bit rough and ready. So yeah. We've got a follow up. We've got a follow up to the story of Gary Jones. Right. Yeah, this is this fella here, and he was accused of contaminating food at a factory in Evesham. Yeah. And he actually admitted, he's changed his plea, he's admitted spitting into plastic pots on the assembly line and putting paper towels and rubber gloves into tubs of Nando's hummus. The tampering took place at Harvey and Broccoli's Fine Food Company, which supplies to Nando's and other restaurants in the UK. But yeah, at Worcester Crown Court yesterday, he admitted to contaminating or interfering with the goods, and it looks like he could be facing jail. Mark Hamblin, who prosecuting, said this could be dangerous for people with food allergies, as some product state does not contain fish. He was putting different contaminants into different products. And yeah, so we've got to wait for him to be charged. He's going to be sentenced on September the 12th, where he faces up to a whopping 6 months in prison. Ooh, that'll teach him. He's going to get suspended, isn't he? He's going to get suspended, and that's the factory where it all happened. Again, people could have been made very, very sick thanks to him. Again, there's a special place in hell for lunatics like him. Then we've got more court news. Yeah. This is food fraud. Interesting. And yeah, this is This is Anthony Fear. Here he is. And that's Fear as in F-E-A-R. And he's got a company called Fear Animal Products. You can't imagine getting many contracts in it. Do you fear animal products? But anyway, him and Mark Cooper, Ali Afzal, and Azhar Arshad are charged with conspiracy to fraud by diverting animal byproducts and failing to comply with food regulations because they were selling cheap waste meat, including lamb testes, that should have been used in pet food, and they were selling them to the public instead, because they could make massive profits. Yeah, so animal parts like lamb testes, cow's feet and tongues were diverted from being used as pet food and sold to people during the COVID lockdown. In a London Crown Court was told. A visit by Southwark Council's food safety team visited an unhygienic, secret, illegal cutting room where 1.9 tonnes of meat and poultry were seized, and it uncovered the scam. So there you go. It's a massive case of food fraud. So yeah. So this is going to be an ongoing case. The trial continues. So we're going to have to, do you like lamb testes? Leave a comment in the comment box below. You won't know. So yeah. So that's an interesting one, isn't it? What else have we got? They're wondering if the universe is twice as old as we thought. Yeah, they reckon the Big Bang happened 26.7 billion years ago, experts claim. But you should never ask the universe its name, its age, or its name. Bugger that up. You should never ask the universe its age because it's rude, isn't it? Or is that women? I always get confused. But yeah, apparently they reckon the universe is almost twice as old as we thought. Experts from the University of Ottawa have devised a new model and claim that the Big Bang, like I said, happened 26 billion years ago as opposed to 13.7 billion years ago. I mean, what's a few billion amongst friends? Like we're going to notice. We're talking about numbers that we can't even comprehend here. But yeah, it's really old. Why can't I just say, it's just really, really old. It's older than we could ever imagine. So yeah. Universe lying about its age, shocker. That's the headline. Oh. Can I do this story? No, I can't do that story. It's a horrible story, but it's an interesting story about a honey trap. But I can't. It's not really happy. It's not a happy story. It's a murder. A horrible murder. Oh, that's a horrible story too. My goodness. There's some really nasty stories on the Daily Mail today. We've got restaurant fails that will make you want to stay at home and eat. This is from Bored Panda. Daily Mail, stole it from them. I'm stealing it from the Daily Mail. So what have we got here? There's a cockroach in this coffee. Don't shout, madam, or they'll all want one. What's this cockroach doing in my coffee? Looks like it's just having a swim. Yeah, this is chicken head. It's a whole chicken head. Delicious. Delicious. There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that. That's good for you, that is. It's protein, isn't it? Oh boy, I think there's well done, and then there's that. That's cremated, isn't it? That's how I'm going to end up. That's some icing dip from Burger King, and somehow ants found a way in, but they never found a way out again. Poor ants. Woman asked for a glass of ice and some guacamole and got that. Somebody wrote "not clean" on the inside of the cup. We should do this at home. And that's yeah. That's in a popular restaurant chain. Could do a little clean up, a little bit of a clean up there. That's all. Little wet wipe, it'll be fine. And that appears to be a baby near the pizza preparation area. You want some baby on that pizza? Yeah. And yeah, chicken being defrosted. That's not good. Oh yeah, that's put me right off my lunch. That is. Sausage sandwich, was it? I don't know. Is it a sausage sandwich? We'll never know. Won't know until I'll sit down. Meanwhile, there's a detailed new video from AI Telly which shows you what happened to the Titan submersible. Right, here they are. They're all sitting in it, having a great time. And then all of a sudden, that's it. That's the end. And they all get squished. Lovely. Lovely. Meanwhile, Cucumber. Nikki Jakutz took to TikTok, the place where they have single brain cells are routed together. That's why I call it TikTok. Nikki Jakutz was telling you about the dangers of cucumber. She warns that the texture of cucumber is a choking hazard. Really? For kids? Well, firstly, you're never going to get a kid to eat cucumber, but yeah, she's it's just, she says it's hard, it's slippery, and they break into chunks. Well, you never ever serve cucumber like that. Not in a cucumber sandwich. Thin slices. There you go. The dangers of cucumbers. Who'd have thought it? Eh? Did you know that cucumbers were dangerous and a choking hazard? Yeah, if you try and fit one full in, mind you, there are some ladies that can do that. They're very talented, but you know, don't ask. Don't ask. Haven't got anything else here? Got any funnies here? Okay. This is okay. Let's go there. This is a protest from Italy, right? And I'll just show you the pictures first. The Italian women that are filming themselves squeezing their chests, right? And men too. It's a protest because apparently, and this is I don't, again, you wonder how to get to this, but anyway, this is a judge, right, declined to punish a school caretaker for groping a student because the act lasted 10 seconds or so. These people are touching themselves for 10 seconds with a timer to show what's involved. Yeah, the incident unfolded in a school in Rome in April 2022 when a 66-year-old caretaker, Antonio Avoli, plunged his hand down the trousers of a 17-year-old female student, groping her buttocks and pulling on her underwear. Avoli confessed the act when questioned by police, claiming it was done as a joke. Prosecutors had called for the man to receive a 3.5-year sentence for sexual assault, but the judge acquitted him because they said that 10 seconds doesn't constitute a crime. No, isn't that the 3-second rule is when you drop food on the floor, isn't it? Well, I've never heard of this. If he did what they said he did, he needs to be in prison, doesn't he, really? Because he's a bit like you, Edwards. He's a dirty old bastard. But I'm not sure about that's a protest. I mean, I don't get it. I don't get it. What am I supposed to get from this? I mean that fella there looks really grumpy. Look at him. You'd think he'd be enjoying it. So there you go. I'm sure there are better protests, but there you go. Thousands apparently took part because they were disgusted by the decision of the judge. Yeah, they've got every right to be disgusted, but I think there are better ways of protesting. It just looks really odd. Okay then. Okay, that's one way of drawing it. We're talking about it, so you know we are talking about it. Right, let's get a nice apartment in New York. You want a New York apartment? Let's have a look. Okay, looks all right. This is NYC Sales and Rentals that were sharing this. Looks okay so far. And there's the bathroom. And is that it? So, wow, there's not a lot there, is there? It's a very small apartment. And yeah, this was shared on TikTok, viewed more than 1.2 million times as the realtor gives a tour of the space. Right, so here we go. We can actually see the space. Right, there's a lift. Right, come on, show us the room. So you go, laundry room. Yeah, great. I'm loving it. Right, yeah, great. So where's the apartment? Is this it? This is the apartment. It's going to be good. So you go in. Okay. You've got a window. Oh, that's more than enough space, isn't it? And yeah, pretty good. I want to see the toilet. I want to see the bathroom. So basically, it's an L-shaped room with a bathroom. There you go, in New York. It's not bad, is it? What do you reckon? Oh wait a minute, there's another room at the back. There you go. Tiny little room at the back. So you get a little, it's like, I guess, a little bedroom. What was that? How much is it? It's very, very reasonable. $2,300 a month. There you go. Bloody hell. I saw you coming. I saw you coming. Indeed. Meanwhile, I've got a very important story here. Tracy Cox is writing for the Mail Online, and she's revealed 11 things you shouldn't put in your vagina. Should we do it from 11? I'm going to do it from 11 upwards. In at 11, evil lubes. Right? Be careful, because they can contain sugar, which cause yeast infections. There you go. And avoid all lubes that contain nasties like nonoxynol 9, fragrances and parabens. Okay. In at 10, sex toys that haven't been cleaned properly. Just give me a little slosh, little sloosh under the cold tap, be fine. So there you go. But don't wipe or wash them with a soap-free cleanser. You know, yeah, just don't chuck them in the drawer. Number 9, certain foods. Yeah, do not put hot, spicy foods or oily foods that can upset the pH balance of your vagina. And bacteria love sugary foods. I'm so demonetised, but I've turned adverts off, so maybe YouTube will leave me alone. 8, ice cubes. Problem with inserting ice is it can stick to delicate parts of the skin of your vagina. Okay, this is a good one. Number 7, sea sponges. Now I don't know if ladies, have you ever been in the sea, seen a sponge and thought, I'm sticking that in my lady garden? No, apparently sea sponges are built as a natural alternative to using pads and tampons. This is a new one on me, and the missus she's gone like that on a sausage sandwich. But apparently they pose a significant safety risk. Researchers found that sea sponges can contain particles of sand, grit, mould, yeast, and the bacteria Staphylococcus aureus, the one that can cause toxic shock syndrome. So don't put sea sponges in your foo-foo. 6, some brands have period underwear. Okay. Yeah, some of them contain chemicals known as PFAs or forever chemicals, and they can, be very, very bad. Very, very bad to you. Number 5, vaginal douches. Not good. Don't need it. Don't need them, apparently. Apparently douching after sex won't wash away semen or stop you getting an STI. There you go. 4, any scented feminine hygiene product. That's a no-no. In at 3, flavoured vaginal melts. Apparently these were all the rage 2 years ago. What, during lockdown? Apparently there's suppositories made of natural oils that contain scents and flavours. You use them nightly to increase moisture in the vagina. Or to add a shot of moisture just before intercourse. Can cause irritation. In at 2, everyone's favourite, jade eggs. Oh, why did I tag this? This is embarrassing. But good job I don't get embarrassed, isn't it? Apparently they were sold because they're supposed to encourage increased vaginal muscle tone, and you balance. Again, this is all new to me, and increases your feminine energy if you insert a jade egg inside your vagina. Yeah, apparently. But there's no evidence to support that you can harness cosmic energy in your fanny using an egg made of stone. But yeah, the eggs are a hoax. But don't buy one from Gwyneth Paltrow. Yeah, so there you go. And crystals are the same. Don't put crystal eggs in there either. And in at number 1, steam. Don't steam your fanny. There you go. It's obvious. Although they say it can be moisturising, it's not. It's the opposite. It's not good for you at all. And remember, the vagina is a self-cleaning organ. You don't need to do anything. Just give it a wipe now and again, with an old rag. Oh damn! I'm finished. This channel's finished. Yeah, finished. Meanwhile, but business news. Now, do you remember Thames Water? They're 14 billion in debt. Do you remember that? Well, they've just announced their new. Then they've got a new campaign. What is it? They've spent money. Remember, they've got 750 million top up for shareholders. Well, they've spent the money on rainbow drain covers. Of course, rainbow drain covers. Because why not? And that is going to upset not only guide dogs, but police horses. Well done, because it's been documented that when you put these highly coloured things on the ground like that, they can upset sensory animals, or, you know, like I say, like guide dogs and horses. Well done, Thameswater. Good to see you spending the money responsibly. Hey. What's that you want? You want Animal Story? Okay. We are going to the Isle of Barra and the Outer Hebrides, right? Chris Dennehy, he's sea kayak tour guide, right? Here he is, and he was having a paddle on his kayak when he came across. Oh, just getting the good picture. He came across a mass of jellyfish in Scottish waters. Isn't that amazing? And yeah, it's quite an impressive picture. Make it bigger. He was with his 15-year-old daughter, and they spotted the compass jellyfish in a rock gully, all gathered. And yeah, it's a bit of a close-up of it. It looks like something from a science fiction movie, doesn't it? Wow, yeah, the jellyfish can give you a nasty sting, and their markings make them resemble a compass, hence their name. Wow, wowzers. That was a good story, wasn't it? But meanwhile, this is a good one. Birds. Birds are getting smart, right? Researchers from two Dutch natural history museums, right, have come across a phenomenon in a hospital courtyard in Antwerp, right? What they've been, humans have been putting up anti-bird paraphernalia, you know, that kind of netting and spikes to stop birds landing. Well, the birds have got wise to it and have started nicking it and using it to build their nests. So whilst man thinks he's clever, nature's just that little bit cleverer. Yeah, that's the phenomenon. Biologist Elke Florian Himstra of the Naturalis Biodiversity Centre said magpies were using the pins the same way humans do to keep other birds away from their nests. So those anti-bird spikes, they made a little barrier around their main nest. He said it's like a joke, really, even for me as a nest researcher. These are the craziest bird nests I've ever seen. And I must admit, I think he might actually have a bird nest on his head. Look at that. Blimey. Don't worry, these aren't real magpies. They're just two stump magpies they've glued to some wood. So yeah. But yeah, magpies have been clever. And they're using the anti-bird spikes to keep birds away. So yeah. The research has been published in Dainsea, the annual of the Natural History Museum of Rotterdam, and it describes similar magpie nests found in the Netherlands, Belgium and Scotland. Crows have also been found to be making nests with the spikes in the Netherlands too. So there you go. They're getting smart. They're smarter than us. And that's the news for today. And who's in? 6 people in. And they're not enjoying it, you know. Ari Arsu done it indeed. He said, I didn't know it was. Yes, you did. You knew. But I wasn't paying attention. He said, strange how they're all going at Phil, but now they're being gentle with Hugh. Someone's got them by the balls. Well, they weren't. I mean, again, with Philip Schofield, again, I think that was known about for a while because the runner was actually employed. But it's afterwards, after he left, people going, oh, his mental health. Oh, poor Philip. We do worry about his mental health. And now they're doing it with Hugh Edwards. It's all rather peculiar. But again, the media industry is a rather grubby place. I've seen things. I've seen things, and they will all do what they need to protect each other. There's lots of scandal, and there are lots of people that shouldn't be working. You certainly don't want them contacting your teenage children. Obviously, Hugh Edwards was so horny it sent him mad. So there you go. Runs in, he says, "Hi Darren, how you doing? I'm still doing it. I haven't learnt my lesson yet." Naz is in. He says, "Hiya mate." Right back at you. G-Man says, "How do Darren? I'm watching as I eat brunch." Oh, fancy. A little bit of breakfast, a little bit of lunch. I likes it. Russell's in. He says, play some guitar. I don't know how to play. Sorry. These are purely for ornamental purposes. Keep It says, Darren, have you already bought the new remix of your Steve Wilson of Gentle Giant interview? No. Why would I? No. One, I don't like Gentle Giant. So, G-Man says, rainbow drain covers. What the hell? Indeed. Maybe that's a partial insight into why Thames Water are 15 billion in debt. Well, maybe they're hoping that a rainbow will come and land on the drain cover, and they'll find gold at the end of the rainbow, and it will get them out of debt. 14 billion in debt, and it was announced yesterday. Their boss, she said, "Don't worry, everyone. Don't worry, it's going to be okay because your bills are all going up next year." I thought, brilliant, absolutely wonderful. Now, she, the boss of Thames Water, was, funny enough, was the boss of Ofwat, right? And when she was at Ofwat, Ofwat is the water regulator, and when she was at Ofwat, she loosened the regulations about waste water discharge, right? And then she got a leading job at Thames Water. It's almost like one hand washes the other, but in rather dirty water. So I'm not saying it's all corrupt, but I think it's all corrupt. Thanks, Mrs. Thatcher. G-Man says, my brunch sounded posh. It was a chocolate mini Bix. See, you could have gone with it. You could have said you was out brunching it and sounded all sophisticated, but you missed the opportunity, G-Man. You're just common scum like me. I like it. There you go. And have a good day, everyone. And we'll do this all again when I feel like it. That's it. That was the news. Killing the channel one video at a time. Sure am. You've got to drink it up.